Hold on a second. We're at the Philadelphia Connection channel with Scotty Schwartz. Scotty's our first celebrity we ever worked with back in 2007, and he's been working with us ever since, so I appreciate that.
Man, I'm getting old. This is long. This is too long, man.
Quick interview real quick. First off, tongue on the pole. You told me the story before. Let our viewers know, how did that scene happen in the Christmas Story?
Well, there was a real flagpole, and then they manufactured a piece of plastic and painted it, made it look rusty so it looked like a flagpole, but they put a little hole in it about the size of your pinky nail. They ran a tube inside of it down into the snow, and they had a little motor, kind of like a vacuum cleaner. So when they turned it on, it was just like when you take your hand and
suck your tongue right in there.
Exactly.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's very cool.
Movie magic.
Movie magic. In The Toy, great movie. You worked with two of the greatest, Richard Pryor and Jackie Gleason.
Yeah.
What did you get from those two? I mean, being a child actor and those two being the legends they were at the time, and they still are.
I grew up in a movie-loving house, so I knew who they were. I absorbed. I mean, when you say, what did I get? I got a history of cinema, comedy, from, burlesque and vaudeville that Gleason told me about, up through Pryor and talking about all the people, just impatience. They gave me knowledge. They gave me an education. The greatest education anybody could ever have is a free, wonderful education.
Yeah.
And, an experience that, the MasterCard is priceless. Well, it was priceless. What they paid me is a pittance to really what I got out of it.
Last question, man. Christmas Story, one of the greatest holiday movies, I guess. So.
Sucks. No, just kidding.
Give me one funny behind-the-scenes story that some people might know, but some people wouldn't know.
Funny behind the scenes. Peter and I used to. The actors would always get back to your hotel before crew. Before producer, director, whatever. And Bob Clark, the director, was down the hall from me. And Peter used to come to my room, and we would hang out, and we would wait for Bob to get to his room. And as soon as we heard the elevator, and I could see who was getting off the elevator, I would call room service. Now, this is in a day back then where they didn't know what room it was coming from.
Right.
And, the room service, I said, yeah, hello, this is Mr. Clark, and, 612. Yeah, can I get a filet medium, a baked potato, loaded up, whatever. Oh, okay, Mr. Clark, no problem, 20 minutes, okay. Oh, no problem, and I hang up the phone. And we wait, and about 20 minutes later, we'd hear the elevator, and I'd open up, and here comes the tray with the food. And it would go down to Bob's room. Knock, knock, knock. We have your dinner. Huh? I didn't order any dinner. Well, no, we have a filet. Oh, okay, fine. Bob would never turn down a steak. Well, I must have done this, I don't even know, 10, 15 times. And finally, Peter and I were cracking up one day, so he knew it was us. But he played it off. He goes, listen, we were all the kids were on the set, everybody on the set, and Bob goes, listen, I think I have a good idea, but I'm not totally sure. But who's ever sending me the steak, it's really nice, but can you switch to salmon?
That's funny.
The man would never turn down a meal. I mean, it was just fun.
Did you think Christmas Story was going to be as big as it was?
No. It's like Powerball.
Yeah.
You got Powerball numbers? I mean, that's like what you equate it to, because there are thousands of movies that get thrown on the wall every year by studios and whatever. And they fall to the ground. And this is a movie with no major movie stars, I mean, Darren McGavin had done Kolchak the Night Stalker, and he'd done many, many films in Hollywood before that. But he certainly wasn't, Clint Eastwood.
Right.
Melinda Dillon had done, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and she had done other films. But again, not a monster movie. Starring Peter, was young. This was his first movie, and introducing, Peter Billingsley. So no, there's no way, no how. It was a passion project of love that Bob did because he loved Gene Shepard's writing. Yeah. And nobody ever thought much of it, other than, it's a nice little movie. It was a nice little movie.
Scotty, appreciate it, my friend. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Yes.